न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते यत्यतयो विशन्ति वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्थ संन्यासयोगाद्यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोके तु सर्वे दाह्रं विपाकं परमेष्मभूतं यत्पुण्डरीकं पुरमध्यसग्स्थं तत्रापि दाह्रं गगनं विशोकस्तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यं यो वेदादस्वरप्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः। सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुटोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति। बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव। हरि ओम।
Well, let me extend this heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you here this evening to this very special occasion. Tonight we'll be listening to someone that we're all au fait with. Swamiji has been rendering his prachar and his services to this community for many years. Of course, we all know he has been part of this very great and mammoth occasion of teaching the Srimad Bhagavad Gita throughout this country. And tonight is just one part of the 108 nights of Gita Satsang. For those of you who do not know, Swamiji is not just versed in Hindu philosophy, Vedanta, but he is a scholar in his own academic right. Not only has he studied philosophy and politics in the Western world, but he has also studied law. So he has a very wide exposure to academia. In addition to this, you all know that Swamiji a few decades ago have dedicated his life towards the service of our Hindu community at a very tender age, under the auspices and the guidance of the renowned Swami Chinmayananda. Swamiji has taken, that special relationship between Guru Shishya, and today he continues to spread this great dharma throughout the world. As we know, he is originally born in Trinidad, but you can say he is the son of this Caribbean soil. And today we are very, very pleased and very, very happy to have Swamiji with us in this very special session. I know there is much that you will be learning, as you have been doing over the past sessions in his company. And I do ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the wonderful teaching that Swamiji is about to impart upon us. Swamiji, we're very thankful for your presence. Very happy that you have graced this village of ours. And we look forward to your wonderful pravachan, etc., that you will be sharing with us tonight. So, with much more to say, I'd like to again welcome you, and I ask that you enjoy every special moment that you will be spending here with Swamiji. Prem se bolo Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Thank you. Over to Swamiji.
Thank you so much, Pandit. Let us join in all chanting the name of the Lord for a few moments. Radhe 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 Govinda. सब गाइए.
Radhe 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 Govinda.
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 Radhe 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 Govinda. सब गाइए.
Radhe 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 Govinda.
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 Krishna Mukunda.
Krishna Mukunda.
Bal Govinda.
Bal Govinda.
Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki Jai. Om
प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्।
हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुदेवाय नमः। We'll start from number 17 where we left yesterday. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
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 Avinashi tu tadvidhi yena sarvamidam tatam.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Vinasham avyayasya na kaschit kartumarhati.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Sound check. Hari Om. Okay. So, let me back up a little bit to tell you where we are in Bhagavad Gita, because one of the challenges we have in this type of yajna, it is being done in different temple every night, and many of you would not have been there last night to know where we are and what is going on. So I have to back up and just create this thread so that you can follow. So what happened in the beginning of this Bhagavad Gita in chapter 1 is Arjuna. You know, we say I don't know how you say it here in Guyana, but we say at some point when we pretend to be one thing, our real face will show one day. When we pretend to be something else, what we really are will show one day. Well, all of us jivas, Bhagavan is telling to Arjuna, and so to all of us, that he pretending to be a very well-educated and learned man because he was telling a lot of big talk. Prajnavadanscha bhashase, he tells. This is a very big word. Means you're given a lot of big talk. Right? So all jivas, we all do that. We shouldn't be blaming Arjuna. We should be looking at ourselves only. What we do is we give a lot of big talk. Any topic that comes up, we have something to share, and we have, a lot of things to say and this and that. But Bhagavan tells, you give a lot of big talk, but you act foolishly to Arjuna. And this is something which is characteristic of a jiva. So Arjuna was giving a lot of big talk, but he was acting foolishly. And how so? Well, Bhagavan explains himself. He says, Gatasun agatasumsha na anushochanti pandita. That a wise person doesn't weep for those who have gone, nor does he weep for those who have not gone. A wise person. Right? And he tells Arjuna, Ashocyanan vashochastvam prajnavadansya bhashase. But you weep for what ought not to be wept. It is like after the milk has already been spilled, well, you'll weep now or what? What weeping will do? Bring back the milk? So that is something we should not weep for. But Arjuna was acting like that now. What? Weeping for something which he should not have wept for. So this is the condition of the jiva which is being laid down, and we concluded on that day, whichever temple we were there, that the jiva is always acting contrary to wisdom, though he pretends to be very wise. But he's always acting contrary to wisdom. So now Bhagavan has to rehabilitate that Arjuna who was acting contrary to wisdom and who had made a wrong decision, not based on discrimination, proper vichar, pondering on the subject matter deeply, but he had made a decision based on pure emotion. And this is another thing that jivas do. We make decisions based on pure emotions when we are supposed to make decisions based on rationality. I'll give you an example. When we say that in spirituality, in Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, what do we mean? Look here. If your neighbor's child comes into your house and your child is here, okay? Please pay attention to this. Your child is here already, the neighbor's child come to play. So there are two children now, right? And you have one ice cream cone in your refrigerator. This sound is not still coming. That is all the volume? Just raise it a little bit. Sound check. Hari Om. Yes, leave it there. The neighbor's child comes, so now there are two children here. And you have one ice cream cone. So, to which child we should give the ice cream cone? Well, what we usually do is we wait till the neighbor's child go home. Right? And we give the ice cream cone to our child. Correct? Because there's an emotional bond there. So that decision to give the ice cream cone to our child is made on the basis of emotion. And that is wrong decision making. Decision making should be made on the basis of rationality. So what we have to do is we have to think, which child is less privileged? Which child hasn't had an ice cream cone in the longest while? Which child is more fortunate and so he could have an ice cream cone anytime? So what about the man inside the car? By now his hearing must have lost. That's why I had to play it so loudly. Anyway, so the decision has to be made on rational considerations. Not simply by sleight of hand, I make an emotional decision. It is my child, there's an emotional bond there. So which is the less fortunate child, which is the child which hasn't had an ice cream cone in such a long time and all that kind of thing. But usually we don't make decisions like that. But Bhagavad Gita is about that. It's about making rational decisions. Because your child has gotten an ice cream cone many times in the past. And one more might even bring harm to him. But the emotional ties make us make the wrong decision. So anyway, I'm just giving an example of how human beings make decisions based on emotion. And this is what Arjuna was about to do. And that wrong decision, which he is making based on emotions, is going to allow the Kauravas to persist and to perpetuate and in the long run destroy society. And if that had happened, today we would not have had this Bhagavad Gita. Good thing Bhagwan was there to save the day, and so today we have Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagwan taught him from chapter 2 all the way to chapter 18 and brought about a personality rehabilitation. And so he got up and he fought and he protected Dharma, and because he did that, today we have Bhagavad Gita. And if he had gone by his emotional decision, today we will not be having Gita Yajna in this temple, because there will be no such thing as Gita. So anyway, means the Upanishadic teaching would have been lost, because the society will be controlled by adharmis, evil, diabolical, wicked people like Duryodhana and his whole 99 brothers. So this is where Bhagwan starts his teaching to Arjuna to try to rehabilitate that personality and make him make rational, logical decision based on proper thought. It's called vichar in our Sanatana Dharma tradition. We have to think properly. Proper thinking. Alright. So now how he starts? He starts by telling Arjuna knowledge from the highest standpoint. I know this is a very difficult part of Bhagavad Gita, but the Lord starts from the highest standpoint. Usually we start from, kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, like that. And then we go to university and all that. But Bhagwan starts from university. And what is the reason? Well, he tells a very nice verse in the 4th chapter, which all of you will be knowing. He says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttanam dharmasya tadatmanam sajamyam paritranaya sadhunam. Actually, there, when he uses this phrase, he tells that I take avatar to protect all the sadhus and vinashayacha dushkritam, to remove all of the wicked people. So if he is teaching, he teaches to the sadhus first, and these sadhus will continue his work when he is not here. So his teaching goes first to the sadhus, means all the learned people, those who have dedicated their life only for Sanatana Dharma. You see, he protects, because if he protects a person who is not dedicated his life to Sanatana Dharma, that fellow will not contribute anything to the upkeep of Sanatana Dharma. So he's teaching to these people first. So here in the beginning of this, since we are doing the whole Bhagavad Gita, we have to go through these verses also. So this is knowledge from the highest standpoint in the beginning of this 2nd chapter here. And the verse which we just chanted, there is the typical Upanishadic dictum. What is that? Tad vidhi. This will come again in 4th chapter. As an individual jiva, all of us, tad vidhi, we are supposed to know the reality. Tad vidhi means know the reality. no Paramatma, no the Supreme Being. In other words, we know so many things in the society. We know so many things around us. And all of us know some trade or some profession, all that. We know all the knowledge about those things. But really, Arjuna also had known many things. Arjuna was Dronacharya's best student. And he was fair, and there was nothing in the field of warfare which he did not know. So many things he had known. But when it was time to fight a dharmic battle, all of that knowledge failed him. He collapsed. This is what we've been seeing in the last few days. So whatever we may know in the society and on knowing this world and all that kind of thing, it is good for the worldly purpose. But when, I don't know how you say it, but we say when push comes to shove. When push comes to shove, all the things which we know, it will not do anything for us. There are so many countless people, no, not so many countless people, everybody that I have met so far, they said, tell me, Swamiji, you know, all this knowledge about Gita, Ramayana, Upanishad, this, that, Bhagavatam and all, I know it very well. But when my relative died, none of it did anything. So even people who know the spiritual knowledge, it doesn't do anything. So when it says here, Tad Vidhi, know that, it means not only to know the knowledge. I know Gita, I can memorize Upanishad, I can memorize Chopai and this and that. That is not the meaning. The meaning is to come to know that I am one. I have never been separated from Paramatma. I am not separated now, and I will never be separated. The teaching started like this. So he said, know that Paramatma, know that reality, which is my very own nature. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. Shivoham. And that reality says, Avinashi, imperishable. It is my own nature. Then, Sarvam idam tatam, it pervades this whole universe. Everything is made from that. We saw all this in detail last night. Vinasham, avyayas asya avyayasya. Nakaschit karitum arhasi. Nobody could destroy that imperishable reality. Now this first part of this teaching is concluded in the next verse, and he changes gear a little bit for one verse. Or for a few verses. Though this topic is still very deep at this beginning. See number 20, what is that? 19. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Yainam veti hantaram. Yainam veti hantaram. Yaschainam manyate hatam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ubhavto na vijanitah. Nayam hanti na hanyate.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kanaya Lal ki jai. Yainam vetaram yaschainam manyate hatam. Whoever thinks that this Paramatma, this supreme reality, which is called as consciousness, which many of you would have heard, we call as Sat Chit Anand. Yes. So many names are there. Purushottama, Paramatma, Supreme Reality, Satchidananda, Brahman, whatever you want to call. whoever thinks that this Supreme Self, yainam veti hantaram, kills or is killed, ubhautav navijanitaha. People who say such thing, they don't know. And last night we saw in detail, even according to science now, in this world, nothing is created nor destroyed. This is all modern science. All the young people who are there, you will be knowing now. Matter is neither created nor destroyed. In physics, they'll teach you this. In other words, like for example, this thing, right? You cannot destroy it, no matter what you do. Because this is made up of atoms, electrons, protons, neutrons, whatever, right? So if you crush it, but the atoms will still be. Where it will go? You burn a piece of wood, whatever the wood was made up of, space, air, fire, water, earth, the wood is made up of the 5 elements. So you burn the piece of wood, but the 5 elements which made up the wood, those 5 elements just go back to the 5 elements. The space in the wood goes back to space, the air in the wood goes back to air. Yeah, space, air, fire, water, all of them go back to. So you did not destroy anything, everything is still there. This is what science is telling. So anybody saying, Arjuna is worried about killing them. Bhagavan is saying, no, nobody killed or nobody. But we have this strong feeling that I will be killed or I am killed or we kill and all that kind of thing, right? But this is from a very ordinary standpoint. So Bhagavan is teaching on the highest standpoint here. And he he tells further in the next verse, a very famous verse, taken from the Kathopanishad. Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
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 Na jayate mriya deva kadachit
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Nayam bhutva bhavitavan bhuyah
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranah
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Nahanyate hanya mane sharire
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Jai Shri Krishna
Mukunda Krishna. So he's talking about our inner self. And so what we have is this body, which we all can see. But inside this body, there is a jiva. One who leaves this body at the time of death and goes into another body. That jiva is made up of the supreme reality. And he said that jiva is na jayate na mriyate va kadachit. It is not born nor does it die. That not born means what? I was there, we were all there. This was the first verse he taught. We were all there before, we were living in some other place and we died in that place, we dropped the body and we came here and we are born now in Guyana. One good thing is Bhagavan does not allow us to know where we were. That's good thing, eh? I told in this portion also, reincarnation is going on very strongly. It's good thing that he doesn't allow you, or it's a bad thing? Actually, good thing. Because you may find out that your present spouse in your last life, he was your oppressor. He or she, they used to oppress you in your last life. That's a good thing Bhagavan doesn't allow you to know. Because if you find out now, your spouse or your son or your daughter or whoever, mother, father, they used to oppress you like anything in your last life. Now what you will do? Now we'll take revenge, correct or not? So Bhagavan said, look, I better not let them know this thing. You see? So anyway, Swami Vivekananda ji said you can also know if you want, but it is dangerous. Better some things that you don't know, correct? If you dig deep enough, you can know also. But good thing Bhagavan has made it in such a way that you have to dig really deep, and better don't waste effort in doing all of that. So now, he says, this one who lives inside here, he is neither born nor does he die. Means he is just moving from one place to the other. When you migrate from here and you go to live in Canada, you go to live in New Zealand or something, well, you die or what? You just migrate. So that is called migration. This one which you are talking about is called transmigration. Instead of changing country, you change our body. That is all. So from that standpoint, we are neither born nor do we die. Na jayate mrete va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyaha. This line tells we are all eternal. We have always been there. Always been there. This is teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Please remember this. We have always been there. Nobody created us. We don't have creation in Sanatana Dharma. That one day you were not there, and then Bhagavan thought, this fellow, he's not there, let me create him. That is a contradiction in terms. We are eternal, always, anadi. This word is there in Sanskrit, you have to learn this word. Anadi. Anadi means beginningless. Because all of us have been nicely Christianized, we think that one day Bhagavan created me, We're all Christian thinking. All of us think like that. One day the Lord created me. If a Christian thinks like that, that's fine, because he's Christian. But if a Hindu thinks like that, then something is wrong. You see? So in Sanatana Dharma, I have always been there. Natveva, Bhagavan started teaching like that in the second chapter. Natvevaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadipaha. Nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamataparam. This verse means, Bhagavan is telling to Arjuna, there was never a time when you were not, nor me, nor any of these kings. We have always been there. Nor shall there come a time when we will cease to be. So if I have always been there, then how are you telling me God created me? This is Sanatana Dharma teaching. Please remember this. Otherwise people go on asking me everywhere where I travel, why Bhagavan made me? And when Bhagavan made me, and who was the first one he made? And all of that. It will come, all things will become clearer as we move in this second chapter. But in Sanatana Dharma, Bhagavan said, Nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyaha. Having been, being, I can never go out of existence. I will always be there. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha nahanyate hanyamane sharire. I am unborn, nitya, eternal, shashvata, permanent, everlasting, purana, ancient. All ancient means I've always been there. And nahanyate hanyamane sharire. When this body dies, I'll never perish. Only the body will go away. I just told you, nothing in this world perishes. Science also agrees with this, Nothing perishes. Okay. Understand this self, in inner self, to be avinashi. See, number 20, what is it? 21. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Vedavinashinam nityam ya enam ajamavyayam. Katham sa purusha partha kam ghatayanti hantikam.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Okay, when you get opportunity to sing Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama or Shri Krishna, please don't miss the opportunity. Huh? Because when you sing Shri Krishna, Bhagwan's name, you get blessing. And when I sing Bhagwan's name, I get blessing. Correct? I cannot sing Bhagwan's name and you will get blessing. And you cannot sing Bhagwan's name and I will get blessing. That is like, I cannot eat food and your belly will become full. And you cannot eat food and my belly will become full. Only the person who eats the food, his belly will become full. Correct? Or, if I am sick, I have to take medicine. And if you are sick, you have to take medicine. And if I take medicine for you and you are sick, you will die from sickness and I will die from medicine. दोनों चलेंगे ऊपर. Huh? Okay, so don't miss the opportunity to chant the name of Bhagwan when you get for your own blessing. Veda vinashinam nityam ya enam ajamavyayam. You please understand. Veda. Veda means no. No. Here. You know. Understand. Avinashinam nityam ya enam ajam avyayam. This indwelling self is imperishable and unchanging. Avyaya means unchanging. The indwelling self is the same. It has always been there and unchanged. Huh? Then katham sapurusha partha kam ghatayati hantikam. If it has always been there, who kills and who will be killed? It's just a whole. Look here. I'll tell you. I don't know if here people my age only will remember this. Back in the day, now you can also go on YouTube and see, but back in the day, there was a movie called Sholay. How many people have seen Sholay? Let me see if I raise a hand. Sholay, right. If you haven't seen, you please go and see it. It's there on YouTube. And the YouTube version is better. Why? Because I did not know that when they made the movie back in the 70s and all, they had made two versions. The conclusion, there were two versions. Only when I saw the YouTube version, then I realized it was different from the version we saw in the 70s. But anyway, in this movie, had a real dramatic conclusion. The star in the movie, what you call in Guyana, the star boy. The star boy died. Amitabh Bachchan died. Huh? Now, I remember in the village, when Amitabh Bachchan died, so many people were crying also. And as a child, I was perhaps the age of this boy here. At that time, I also thought, oh, Bapre, Amitabh Bachchan died. Now we will not see him in any other movie. Because we don't know now. As children, you don't know. I used to think all sorts of funny things, because one time I see Amitabh Bachchan coming from this side of the screen, and he went like this on the screen, right? Went on this side. Then I see coming from this side again. So you know what I used to think? I think he went behind the screen and come around like this, and again he come. Really, when you don't know, you think all sorts of funny things, yeah. So anyway, when he died, we thought, oh, Bapre, no more Amitabh Bachchan. But really, did he die? No. That what we call in Trinidad all papi show. It's all a big puppy show only. He did not die and nothing happened to him. Actually, what we are seeing in this sansar, in this world, is puppy show only. We have all been there. We only go to. That is why in Hinduism, please understand this thing. In our Sanatan Dharma, Hinduism is the word foreigners gave to us. Sanatani is actually the proper word. In Sanatan Dharma, you should stop saying, everybody should stop saying, from today, take a resolve. Don't say, rest in peace. We have no such thing. RIP, have you seen? RIP. In fact, you have a better acronym now in WhatsApp language. What is that? BRB. Yes, I'll be right back. Because we just go to come back. So Amitabh Bachchan went from that movie, but in next movie again came. Like that we keep dropping body after body. And the next verse tells now how. It's a very famous verse. All Pandits will quote this verse at the time of funeral. See this now, number 22. See this. Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
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 Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Vasamsi Jirnani Yata Vihaya
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Navani Grehnati Paroparani
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Navani Grehnati Naroparani
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Yatha Sharirani Vihaya Jirnani
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Anyani Samyati Navani Dehi
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna
Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna Jai Shri Krishna Mukunda Krishna. So the topic which is going on, and why Bhagavan is trying to tell Arjuna this thing, Arjuna, my dear, you are thinking you're going to kill these people, or you will die, or somebody will die. Nobody dies. We just drop this body and we take another body. That is all. And how this verse tells, Vasamsi Jirnani Yatha Vihaya. Vihaya means having dropped. What? Vasamsi Jirnani, old clothes. Vasamsi means clothes, plural for clothes. Jirnani means old. How I drop old clothes? Navani Grihnati Naroparani. And I then take a new one, Navani. I take new clothes. So you are not wearing the same clothes you used to wear 20 years ago. All the clothes you drop already. And now you're taken on new clothes. Well, in the very same way, Tatha means in the very same way. Sharirani, Vihaya Jirnani, I will drop the old body. And Anyani Samyati Navani Dehi. The Dehi, the one who is living inside, he drops this old body and takes a new body. That is why, actually, in Sanatana Dharma, we never mourn death. In the West, if you see news and you see all things, they talk as though people should not die. And that's why they're doing research now also to find out ways to make sure that you don't die. They want to make sure that we live 500 years. Of course, they will fail in all of that because the nature of the world is, even when Ravan did all tapas to Bhagavan Shiva, and all the Rakshasas who did tapas, and then they requested, no, I should not die. Then what Bhagavan tells? Bhagavan tells, no, my dear boy. No, everybody has to drop this body. Die means only drop the body. And one more thing, all of us come in this world with a certain period. It is said Brahmaji writes it on our forehead. So when it is time to go, we have to go. And when the time has not come, nobody can take us also. When the time has not come, nobody can remove us from this world. And when the time has come, nobody can save us also. When the time comes, the time come. Otherwise, we try all sorts of things, People try all sorts of... One bird tried to outsmart Yamaraj. I told you the story. Yamaraj, Yamaraj is Lord of Death. So a little bird was sitting on a branch like this. And Lord of Death and Yudhishthir, Yamaraj and Yudhishthir, they were coming like this. And Yamaraj looked at the little bird and he smiled. So the little bird got scared, because if the Lord of Death smile on you, Ram Naam Satya hai. So the little bird got scared because Lord of Death smiled on him. So he immediately prayed to the king of birds. The king of birds is Garud. Garud moves faster than light, it is said. Garud's speed is faster than light. Garud came there in a flash. So Garud asked, why are you so scared? Garud, oh my God, the Lord of Death just smiled on me. He just passed here and he smiled on me. I want you to take me across the 7 seas. Quickly, in a flash of light. So Garud, because he is the king of birds, that's a theek hai. He took him across the 7 seas in a flash and left him there. And Garud came back. And now he continued listening to the conversation between Yamaraj and Yudhishthir. And Yudhishthir asked Yamaraj, but look now, why you looked at the poor fellow and you smiled? You scared the life out of him. Well, that is what Yamaraj do only. But why you looked at the little fellow and you scared him so much? Yamaraj said, Yudhishthir, you know what to tell you. The truth is, I saw him sitting on this branch. And I realized that he has to die in 2 minutes. But he has to die across the 7 seas. I will wonder how he will get there. So the idea is, once the time has come, nobody could do anything. And when the time has not come, nobody could also do anything. So the death is simply this, that we just drop this body like old clothes and take up a new body. Now, isn't that welcome? If this body has high blood pressure and diabetes and all sorts of things, right? Heart problems and cardiac problems, and the body has all sorts of ailments. Why not drop it and get a new one? That's what you do with your car. That's what you do with your clothes. That is what we do with everything, isn't it? When a whole broken down car, you shut down everywhere on the highway, then what you do? You sell it and you go and buy a good car. But this one also, some days the heart beating, some days stop. You know the car, when it starts going put on the highway? Well, the same way when the heart starts going put, better. Sanatana Dharma has always seen death like this thing, very much integral part of life. But in Western society where you grow up, they feel it wrong to die. Because for us, death is just a transition from one body to a next. Please remember this. So it is a very famous verse. But the one who is inside, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavaka. See, this is very famous verses, all these verses are. So often quoted, number 24. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापः न शोषयति मारुतः
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
अच्छेद्योऽयमदाह्योऽहम् अक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
नित्यसर्वगतं स्थाणुः अचलोऽयं सनातनः
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय. नैनम छिंदन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनम दहति पावकः. So just along the lines of what Arjuna was scared of killing these people and this and that, doing his duty actually, but he's scared that he's going to kill them. Bhagavan says the one who dwells inside, he never killed. Nainam chindanti shastrani, weapons cannot cut him. Nainam dahati pavakaha, fire cannot burn him. When we go to the Smashan Ghat, there, the cremation site, all we do is we burn the body. And what is the meaning of burning the body? It means the space from the body goes back to space, the air from the body goes back to air, the fire goes back to fire, the water goes back to water, and the earth goes back to earth. That is all. The fire has a special property, it can separate back all the elements and send them back to where they came from. That is all. Fire cannot burn the one who is inside. In fact, fire cannot burn anything. Fire can separate the elements. It just separates the element back. So, this self, if it cannot burn an ordinary thing, what will burn the self? The one who dwells inside. Nachainam kledayantyapaha, water cannot wet it. Nashoshayati marutaha, wind cannot dry it also. It is beyond the five elements. That is the idea. I am beyond the five elements. My true nature. Achedyo yamadahyoham, akledyo shoshya evachaha. I am uncuttable. Nothing can cut me. You can cut the body, but then we all take ourselves to be this body, so that's our problem. We think I am the body, but we cannot be cut, wet, dried. Nitya, I am eternal. Sarvagatam, asarvagataha, all, everywhere. The existence which makes you up, the building block is existence, and the same existence makes me up. It makes up the space, it makes up everything. That is called Sat, and it's Sarvagata, all pervasive. Achaloyam, Sanatanaha, eternal, and Achala. Achalaha means unmoving. That means what? The existence, the Satchidananda that makes me up, is all pervasive. It cannot go anywhere. You cannot move an all pervasive thing from one place to another. It is already there. That is the idea. Then, in a very famous, nice verse, see, and here Bhagavad Gita really lays down all of the fundamental teachings in Sanatana Dharma. This text is so wonderful. Now see this number 25. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. अव्यक्तोऽयमचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते
Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama
तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नाशु तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचतिमर्हसि
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama
कृष्ण कन्हैयालाल की जय. अव्यक्तोयम अचिन्त्योयम ayam avyaktaha. This self inside is avyakta. Avyakta means what? It's a very big word in Sanskrit language, and this word will come up to explain this whole Prakriti in the 8th chapter. I don't know where we'll be for that 8th chapter, but if you can tune in and listen, it is a very important thing at that time. Avyakta means that which is unmanifest. Unmanifest means things which cannot be grasped by any of the 5 senses. That is all. It cannot be grasped by any of the 5 senses. And those things which can be grasped by at least one sense organ, and remember the mind is the 6th sense organ, manashasthani indriyani. The mind is the 6th sense organ. But anything which can be grasped by any of the sense organs, that thing is called as manifest. Vyakta. And that thing which cannot be grasped is called as unmanifest, avyakta. So Bhagavan said this in an indwelling self is avyakta. That is why when the person dies, right, what we call death, and he leaves the body, people go on asking all type of questions now. Swamiji, is he still here? I can't see him. You can't see him, you can't hear him, you can't touch him, isn't it? None of the senses can grasp. It's avyakta. Of course, the Supreme Self is being spoken about, not the mere Jiva, but the Jiva also is like that. From our standpoint, is avyakta. The ordinary one who dwells in this body, avyakta. So, he says that avyakta self is achintyaha. Achintyaha means the mind cannot grasp. So, the 6th sense also cannot grasp. Achintyaha. You cannot think. So, there are many things in the world which we cannot think about. Like for example, we will face all of our karmas, right? Whatever we have done, all those karmas will come back. And all of those karmas are stored in something called Sanchita Karma, our big storehouse of karma. Now you cannot think of Sanchita Karma. I cannot conceptualize that storehouse. They look simple things we cannot conceptualize. How the banking system works. Every day people putting money in the bank and people taking out money from the bank, right? And so many thousands of people writing checks and so many thousands of people cashing checks, and how all that works. That simple thing also we cannot conceptualize, and goes to this bank and then it goes to central bank and then there's sorting, and of course now technology changing all of that slowly. But simple thing, ordinary things we cannot conceptualize. How to conceptualize all of our infinite karmas? Everybody has infinite karmas. There's a series of infinitude. Like for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going like this. And how long it can go on? Infinite. Actually, you have -1, -2, -3, how long that can go? Again infinite. So you have a series of infinitude. So in the same way all of us have series of infinite karmas, because we have lived infinite lifetimes. In 4th chapter he will be telling. Very difficult to conceptualize. Therefore, he said not only this self, indwelling self is achintyaha. So many things in this world are achintyaha, unthinkable. We cannot conceptualize it. We don't know. Then, avikaryo ayam uchyate. Ayam uchyate, avikaryaha means unchanging. It doesn't change its form. It's all the time the same. Like fire, for example, ordinary thing like fire. Fire is hot today, it is hot tomorrow, and it will always be hot. Can you imagine when you go to Canada and you see coal fire? It doesn't matter where on this earth we go, the fire will be hot. It doesn't change its nature. Or sugar will be sweet. But if you taste the thing and it tastes bitter, that means not sugar. It will always be sweet. That is called avikarya from an ordinary standpoint. So now this self, total means the indwelling self never changes. Tasmadevam viditvainam viditvainam nashochitum arhasi. My dear Arjuna, you realize that these people who you think you're going to be killing, nothing will happen to them. And on that basis, you do your duty. Now before Bhagavan, on this basis, Bhagavan is trying to get Arjuna to fight, right? Arjuna said, it didn't say out loudly, but in his heart of hearts, none of your big talk of Upanishad, none of it worked. But Bhagavan, of course, is not only teaching Arjuna, he is teaching so many others. And I told you this portion is for the sadhus, mahatmas and all who will have to think philosophically and disseminate knowledge to the world and all of that sort of thing. Right? So none of it worked with Arjuna. So Bhagavan will use another method now to get Arjuna to do his duty. But before he uses the other method, there's one interlude, one verse there, number 26, which is coming in between, which speaks about which gives a little bit of understanding of those people who think materialistically. They're called as Charvakas. See here, number 26. Atachenam nitya jatam nityam va manyase mritam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Tathapi tvam mahabaho naivam shochitum arhasi.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Athacha enam nityam jatam nityam va manyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabaho na shochitum arhasi. Meaning to say, okay, theek hai. Let us say there's a person who doesn't believe in any of this. That there's an indwelling self and it is eternal and it doesn't die and it is not touched by water, fire, this, that, all that. Oh, Chatika, you don't believe any of that. So you believe that I was not there at some time and some Bhagwan created me and I am here today. And then you see, I've seen, in these countries, people put on their windscreen some graffiti and some, what do you call that? Not graffiti. Graffiti. And some statements they put there. There's a name for that. So they write something. So I've seen many. You have one life to live. Have you seen? I've seen it on some car. Bumper stickers and all such things. You have one life to live. Right? Suppose you believe like that. So Bhagavan is speaking to such people. If you believe you only have one life to live, why are you worried about anything? You just khao piyo maja karo. Eat, drink and be maja, merry. So if that is your belief, Bhagavan says, still you should not worry, my dear Arjuna. Why? Because after the people die, because you believe there is one life, everything finished, there is no hell, there is no heaven, there is no nothing. What are you worried about? What are you worried about then? When finish. There is no hereafter, there is no place to go like Swarga, Narak, this, that, nothing. So in that standpoint also you should not worry. Because if you have a materialistic belief and you don't believe in all this God and creation and all this kind of thing, and you only have one life to live, well, the moment you finish, what worry is there? they will die and they will not suffer because there is no hereafter to go and suffer. This is the meaning. This is Charvaka standpoint. Charvaka say, man, you borrow money, drink ghee, drink all nice things, eat nice food and dead. Finish. You die and you hold everything done. Materialistic they're called. You see? Because you borrow money and don't pay back, they say. Right? Because when you die, their belief is that is the end of it. There is no jiva left, so he doesn't have to pay back anything. But that's Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma is every penny we take, we will have to give it back. But these are people who believe like this. Huh? And he continues number 27 now. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuh dhruvam janmamritasya cha. Tasmada pariharyerte na tvam shochitumarhasi. Avyaktaadini bhutani yaktamadhyani bharata. Avyaktanidhananyeva tattva ka paridevana. Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. It's also a very, very famous verse. Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu. That whoever has taken a body, one day we will have to drop that body. And what Bhagavan says about that thing? It is dhruvam. Dhruvam means certain. I want to tell you one more thing. If you really, in this sansar, in this objective universe in which we are living, what we call the abhasa rupa prakriti, which appearance which we are seeing in front of us, if you can tell one thing which is dhruvam, you will be a great person. Dhruvam means certain. Here. You will be great. You tell what is certain. So when you are born, right? When I am born, is it certain that I will get food in life? There are many people who are born in this world who get food. Children die everywhere in Mexico City and die all over in the world. They can't get food. So is it certain that I'll get food when I am born? No. It's certain my parents will survive. There are many people who lose their parents in early age. It's certain I will get an education. Certain I will get married. Look me. In this world and in this verse, Bhagavan is telling there's only one thing which is certain. What is that? Whoever has taken birth will die. Nothing else is certain. He doesn't put any other word there for dhruvam. So insofar as we are here, nothing, it is not certain I will be healthy. It is not certain I will get an education. It is not certain I will have children. It is not certain I will have grandchildren. Nothing is certain. But death is certain. But the next line is very nice. Now, for those who have gone, right? And this is where strong teachings of reincarnation is there in this Bhagavad Gita. Strong, huh? Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Means for the one who has gone, there will certainly be rebirth for that fellow in some place. He will be born somewhere. So nothing is certain in our life here except death. And for one who has gone also, nothing is certain except birth. He will be born. And some people say, no, Swamiji, I don't believe in this reincarnation business and all that kind of thing. So you don't have to believe. We say, your belief in a natural law of the universe does not affect the operation of the law. You please get this, eh? Your belief in a law of the universe does not affect the operation of the law. In fact, my belief in or disbelief in any law has no bearing on the law. So, like I was telling yesterday, the fellow went to the Mahatma and said, Mahatma ji, I don't believe in reincarnation. The Mahatma ji said, no problem. You don't believe? In your next life you will believe. Because the Mahatma knows whether this fellow, see, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling. The Lord himself is saying, why the Lord will lie to me? That if I die, I will again be born. And I told yesterday also, just to complete this thought, to move on to the next verse, it is the most intellectually robust idea that explains so many countless things which the Western world cannot explain. And they come up with all sorts of illogical, irrational explanation and all sorts of things in the West. But it is absolutely robust intellectually. Reincarnation explains countless things. Otherwise you will never be able to explain rationally why Bhagwan will create one child at the same time put him in Buckingham Palace, and he creates another child and put him in the dump, in the city dump. Because I've seen children born in the dump. And if it's the same Lord who is creating, one Lord who is creating, I have two Lords creating now. On what basis he'll put one in the palace and one in the city dump? There's something wrong with that Lord. If people don't believe in reincarnation. So the people who don't believe in reincarnation, they say that Bhagwan created and he put one there and put one, and then they come with all sorts of illogical, irrational reasons why he did that. But for the one who understands this reincarnation, that fellow's karma put him there, and this one karma put him there. That is all. A simple thing. So reincarnation and karma, they go together, and it explains so many inexplicable things. Please remember this. But Bhagavan is telling to Arjuna, my dear, those who are born in this world will certainly drop this body and move on. Therefore, for an inevitable thing, why are you crying? All the Kauravas who are on the other side, who you don't want to kill, they will die in any case. Why are you crying? We'll all go. Somebody said nicely, all of us, we have a boarding pass already, Some people flight is earlier and some people flight is later. But all of us have a boarding pass with a flight time. We're in the waiting lounge. So an inevitable, this is a very nice, actually is applicable widely. What is that? Let me tell you this word. Apariharya artha it is called in Sanskrit. What does that mean? An inevitable thing. Something which is inevitable, we don't weep. So he's telling Arjuna, it is inevitable, they will die. So you don't weep. All people will go one day. Avyakta adini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata. And now he introduces vyakta and avyakta. Nice big topic, which again he'll pick up in 8th chapter. But we'll see that tomorrow. Avyakta vyakta, which is the fundamentals of the whole idea of the manifested universe in Sanatana Dharma. It is not what we say. I'll tell you something, right? The British came into Bharat way back in 1600, and they demolished all our Gurukul system and Sanatan Dharma method of teaching and all of that, and they started schools, convents, and a whole lot of things everywhere all throughout Bharat. So now, from 1600 till now, you think, right? In that period, they have made all of us very nice, perfectly well-trained Christians. Because all of us think like Christians. So what we are engaging in this whole Bhagavad Gita 108 nights across Guyana and everywhere that we do, we are trying to decolonize the Hindu mind. And in Sanatan Dharma Hinduism, there is no such thing as one day God was sitting there and there was no universe and he decided, let me start creating this universe, I am here alone. Bapre, I so lonely. There is no such thing in Sanatan Dharma. All this is Christianity. And all of us are thoroughly trained in that. And people go and ask me, why Bhagavan created this world? So you're asking me a Christian question. Go ask the pastor. Yeah. Why Bhagavan created this world? And every Jagat is Anadi. Anadi means beginningless. If you cannot conceptualize or understand the idea of beginninglessness, Anaditva, it is not something wrong with the theory, something wrong with your understanding. The capacity has to be rebuilt. We had that capacity before they came. A capacity which they wiped out from our minds. So we have the capacity to rebuild that thinking to understand what is the meaning of Anaditvam, beginninglessness. Jagat is beginningless, Jiva is beginningless, and Jagadishwar is beginningless. Always been there. And it is either there in a manifest form or an unmanifest form. Now, Bhagavan has introduced these two words and we'll pick it up there tomorrow. Okay. Alright. So let me just tell you a few announcements now quickly and then we will have Aarti. So very special thank you to our dear Pandit Harish ji. Anytime I think of him or I see him, lately there was a Hanuman Chalisa chanting in Trinidad recently. Epic chanting. And Pandit had gone to Trinidad to also join in that chanting. And a picture ended up on social media. It was the most divine picture. You should actually take that and frame it. It's so nice. Of Baba chanting there. Those of you who have not seen it, please search. You will see. It's divine. And he's like in a different loka in that picture. A very special thank you to Panditji for arranging this satsang here tonight. And to all of you who have contributed in whichever way to have this satsang tonight. We are very delighted to be here and to share in Bhagavad Gita knowledge all together. Okay. All right. Tomorrow we will be at the Strathspey. I don't know how to say that. Strathspey. But P-E-Y is there. S-P-E-Y. Strathspey. Vishnu Mandir. Or maybe it's some Dutch word or something, so it's pronounced differently. Anyway, so this is just up the street from here, isn't it? They're not very far. Okay, so tomorrow night, those of you who can join, please do come. We have made for this occasion a nice bookmark with some quotes. Everybody can have one on the way out. Okay, for all people who have been attending satsang, you can have one. Now, very interestingly, on the 1st of February, I am making dosa at the ashram. Please come and try out a dosa. Huh? Dosa is a kind of crepe, kind of roti kind of thing, made from rice and dal. Very healthy it is. Way healthier than the roti which we eat, what we call here klap roti. Way healthier than that, because it's made from rice and dal. And this white flour which we all eat in Trinidad and eat here, that thing is bleached terribly. So, with the dosa, some nice masala and all, we'll go in paneer and different types of dosa are there. So please come, you're very close, and the ashram is just here in Manripo. It is between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. You can also have pre-orders for dosa. Huh? Dosa, you know how, I don't know what is sold in millions. You know how in Trinidad they sell doubles in millions? And how in Guyana what you sell in millions? Cassava ball. What's a cassava ball? how you sell in big numbers. Well, if you go to Bharat, now it used to be in South Bharat only. Now it is there everywhere. Dosa is sold in billions because they have billion people. So you have to come and try out this wonderful Indian delicacy. All right. Chinmay Mission Guyana, and the High Commission of India to Guyana, and the Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center in Georgetown, all together are presenting National Bhagavad Gita Chanting Competition. It will go from February to June, from next month all the way to June. So Bhagavad Gita chanting will be taught, and then there will be competition. Devji and Jinaji, who are here, they will be doing the teaching. They are thoroughly trained in all of these things. Even when I am absent for this, I will be absent for a few of these 108 nights. They will also be doing. Unfortunately, we have annual programs in Trinidad, which I can't miss. This has been going on for 20 years, and I can't. Things that are there for a long time. So for a few days, I will be out. So they will continue this. But they will be teaching the Bhagavad Gita chanting. And those of you across the country who are listening also, they have the proper training in all of these fields to do all of these things. So you can avail of their services. So from next month, you can learn to chant Bhagavad Gita. Please do sign up. And you can join the competition in June. One last announcement. In our field, I mean, you cannot just go to the banks of Ganga and tell somebody, oh, I want to be a Swami, please give me orange clothes. In Chinmay Mission, there's a long path of arduous study and effort and all that to become a Swami. So first, you have to have some university degree, any degree. Then, you have to be under 30 and unmarried. Then, you have to come and stay in the ashram for 2 years and go through the classes which are there. Classes start at 5:30 a.m. and ends at 8 p.m. And there are no holidays. No Christmas holiday, no Diwali holiday, no Boxing holiday, no kind of holiday. No Saturday holiday, no Sunday holiday. Every single day from 5:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. there are classes. You have to study this. And if you can survive those 2 years, you might become a Swami. Because it is rigorous training. We'll learn Sanskrit from scratch all the way up to BA level. And then also go through all the Vedanta texts of Upanishads, Gita, all the Prakarana Granthas and all that, Vivek Chudamani and all such texts. So, those of you who are interested in these type of things, and if you know people who are interested in this, please see, the course is starting in Trinidad on the 2nd of October. Please spread the word around. 2nd of October. And people have to be dedicated to that teaching for that 2 years. They can't leave we say they can leave, but you can't come back. Once you come there, you have to stay there. All right. And you're cut off from the world. All internet and radio and TV and everything. I know nowadays people cannot give up their phone, But all these things will be cut off. Okay. Last one. Please see the bookstall on the outside there. So many wonderful titles are there. The Purajana Gita, I don't know if you know, it's a very famous portion of Ramcharitmanas. We do it in yajnas everywhere. Purajana Gita is when Bhagwan Sri Ram came back to Ayodhya and he was crowned as king and he sat on this throne. One day, the Lord called, it starts like that. The Lord called all the people of Ayodhya, everybody. He called everybody of Ayodhya and he had them sit down like this and then he gave Upadesh, divine teaching to everybody. Very famous verse. Bare bhagya manush tan pawa sur durlabh sab grantan hi gawa. That verse comes in Bhagwan's message at that time. So that is there in this Purajana Gita. What the Lord is giving. Pura means city and Jana means people. So the Gita which is given to the people of the city of Ayodhya. So this is a wonderful little text. Please see. that portion, Sharanagati of Vibhishan. The classic case of surrender of a devotee in Ramcharitmanas is demonstrated by Vibhishan. What exactly is surrender? You will see in that book. And there are so many titles for children. Okay, this one is called Krishna Photocopies Himself. Krishna created so many Krishnas of himself. And we have a book of explanation of prayers and mantras and all that. You should know what you are chanting and all the prayers and mantras. It is there in this book. And so many other wonderful titles. Please see at the back there. Okay. Alright. Okay. If there is nothing else, we'll have Aarti. Aarti ke liye sab khade ho jaiye. And we'll see tomorrow in Strathspey. Strathspey. Whatever. Strathspey. ओम जय भगवद गीते मैया जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल विहारिणी हरि कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते सुवर्म प्रकाशे कामासक्ति हरामया तत्व ज्ञान विकाशिनी विद्या ब्रह्म परा निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी निर्मल मलहारी मैया शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी सब विधि सुखकारी राग द्वेष विदारिणी तारिणी मोद सदा मैया भव भय हारिणी तारिणी परमानंद प्रदान आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तमर रजनी मैया दैवी सगुणदायिनी हरि रसिका सजन समता त्याग सिखावन हरि मुख की बानी मैया सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी दया सुधा बरसावन मातु कृपा की जय मैया हरिपद प्रेम दान कर अपनो कर ली जय भगवद गीते
ओम जय भगवद गीते
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वजः मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं मंगलायतनो हरिः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम तत्सत।